What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little bit since I put out a video. It's been kind of slow in the whole Volkswagen world until recently. Not only did they announce and unveil the ID.4, which is Volkswagen's kind of first all-electric SUV, which is actually available to be reserved now. Unfortunately, I think they're probably sold out on it. I know we didn't get any, that's for sure. But they also just announced yesterday their new compact SUV. That's right, smaller than the Tiguan, so it's gonna fit right in that Subaru Crosstrek type of realm, which if you guys are familiar with me or the channels that I run at all, I am an owner of a Subaru Crosstrek. I love the compact size and that form factor, and Volkswagen hasn't had one of those until now, at least not in the US. And it comes in the form of the 2022 Volkswagen Taos. Now, I hope I'm saying that right. I've kind of been doing this for a little bit now.
Taos.
Taos. It's T-A-O-S, Taos. But if you're unfamiliar with how I do these first look videos, I basically pull up the Volkswagen press release on my handy dandy iPad Pro here, and I read through it for you, and we talk kind of about my first impressions. This is the first time I'm looking at it. I've seen the pictures, but I haven't really gone through and looked at all the details. We'll talk through all of those right now, and I'll put pictures on the screen when I have them and whenever they're applicable here. And we'll just talk about what we got going on the new compact SUV from Volkswagen. If you guys are interested in technology at all, like this 12.9-inch iPad Pro, definitely check out my tech channel, Metz Tech. Not only do I talk about technology like this iPad, but I also kind of blend my two worlds, which is technology and car space, and talk about the technology inside of cars and outside of cars. So if you're interested at all, I have a clip here on the screen. Head over there, check it out. Watch some videos, drop some comments, some likes, and if you're into it, hit subscribe. Let's get back to the video. So let's start here on the press release. Now, there's a little blurb at the beginning. More than half the new vehicles sold in the US last year have been SUVs, a trend that we continue to see over time. SUVs have more space, more performance, larger vehicles, and they don't have the same negative fuel economy that they used to have. That's kind of basically the gist of the article. That's the concept behind the all-new Volkswagen Taos. A new compact SUV that's smaller than the Tiguan and affordable like the Jetta. With power, space, and tech that's competitive with the class, the Taos improves on the small SUV formula at an entry-level price. The Taos is our fifth new addition to the Volkswagen SUV family in just 4 years, and we're thrilled to keep finding new ways to help meet the needs of American families. So I would imagine the other four are... What are the other four? I don't know what the other... I know we'd have the Atlas... The Atlas Cross Sport, I guess they're including the ID.4, and I don't know what the fourth one is. I would say the Arteon, but it says the Volkswagen SUV family. So anyway, moving on. The Taos will bookend our compact SUV offering, giving buyers all the style, technology, and drivability that Volkswagen is known for at an even more affordable price. From the front, the Taos continues Volkswagen's modern design approach that's clean and classical without extraneous lines that would date its look. All trims come with LED headlights. Wow, okay. The higher end trims add an illuminated line to the grille, just like the ID.4. You'll see some Tiguan influence in the C-pillar on the side of the Taos, and the rear has some touches of the Tiguan. So here are the dimensions. And I'm gonna put this in comparison to the Trailblazer from Chevy, the Mazda CX-5 from Mazda, and the Subaru Crosstrek, so you guys can get an idea of where this sits. So the Taos is 175.8 inches long, which is 9.3 inches shorter than the Tiguan, which is what we're sitting in right now. With a wheelbase of 105.9 inches, it's 72.5 inches wide and 64.4 inches tall. Passenger space is a roomy 99.5 cubic feet, which is just 1.6 cubic feet less than the two-row Tiguan. With 28.1 cubic feet of luggage space behind the second row seats and 66.3 cubic feet with the second row folded, there's a generous amount of cargo space by class standards. Power comes from a new engine, so we got a new engine here for the Taos. It's a 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine, which uses some advanced engineering like a variable turbine geometry turbocharger to make 158 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque, along with outstanding fuel economy. Front-wheel drive model use an 8-speed transmission, while 4Motion all-wheel drive models use a 7-speed DSG transmission. A choice of 17, 18, or 19-inch aluminum alloy wheels, the 19 have later availability, will put the power to the road. The modern cockpit offers a style that surpasses what's typically available in the segment. Start with the instrument cluster, where Volkswagen's digital... Wow. I stumbled over that sentence because I'm shocked. Start with the instrument cluster, where the Volkswagen digital cockpit comes standard. That means you get standard digital cockpit on their entry-level compact SUV. You don't even, I'm sitting in a, what is this? This is a SE Tiguan. It doesn't even have a digital cockpit. That's awesome. Behind it, an available heated leatherette steering wheel. Next to it sits the available 8-inch central touchscreen with voice control, which can hook into the available premium Beats audio system. So they're rolling with the Beats audio system instead of the Fender premium audio system that they use on higher trims. They're going with like the Jetta, more youthful Beats audio system. The seats come in two-tone patterns available in every trim and have available heating and cooling options, so that's crazy. Volkswagen CarNet comes with every Taos, enabling in-car Wi-Fi capability when you subscribe to a data plan. The MIB3 infotainment system with wireless charging and wireless app connect for compatible devices is available for mid-level trims. So wireless CarPlay there and then wireless charging, which we do have already on some trims. I guess this is what they're calling their new suite of safety features, because the first time I'm seeing it is on the more recent models with the ID4 and then this Taos. The IQ Drive suite of driver assistance technology on every Taos model features forward collision warning with autonomous braking, active blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control with stop and go, travel assist, and emergency assist. High beam control and adaptive front lighting system and park distance control are also available. And then it concludes with the new Taos is expected to arrive on American streets next summer. So it's a 2022 model, so we won't see it this year, but we'll see it next year around summertime according to this. And even with all the other SUVs on the road, it will be a standout. We shall see, right? So let's go ahead and look through some of these pictures real quick, and we can just kind of comment on what I see. So they have a very specific design language they're going with in the front. It is very reminiscent with the ID4. They're also going with big, bold colors now, which Volkswagen is not typically had in at least recent years. Back in the past, they were all about the crazy colors, but more recently they've been kind of subdued, and I think they might be trying to push back a little bit on that by giving us some really bold colors on these new vehicles. So definitely a bold blue color on these pictures here. Very Tiguan-esque look along the side and in the back, very, very similar. Looks like we've got two faux exhaust tips on the back. Same kind of like detailed Y shapes inside of the tail lights. We've seen that on the Tiguans recently. On the front grille, definitely, I love that the beam that runs across the center. It gives it a real futuristic look there. That was something that was always put out on like renderings of future vehicles that you didn't ever think would become a reality, but it looks really clean up front. Very simple design up front though, nothing too crazy. Got the Taos badging. And inside we've got kind of what they've been going with more recently. This 2020 Tiguan doesn't have it here, but with the updated Volkswagen steering wheel with the texture and the redesigned button layout and things like that with the little U-shaped hook down at the bottom, that's kind of all their same style they've been going with. We've seen that on the Cross Sport and the 2021 Atlas and things like that. Digital dash looks about the same. That 8-inch infotainment center looks the same. Looks like they're not going with the 2022 entertainment center that we've seen on like the GTI and the ID4. The ID4 is a whole different system, so I'm not going to lump that in there, but the future Tiguan and the future GTI look a little bit different as far as the entertainment center goes. And they're also going with something that I think is significant, which is hardware buttons, not software buttons. So a lot of the newer Volkswagens are going to have capacitive touch buttons to where they're just flat surfaces that have that you would just touch to adjust. This, based on the pictures, and I don't know what trim this is specifically in the photos, but it looks like they are going with still physical buttons, which I know a lot of people appreciate. A lot of people don't like the capacitive touch buttons and out of fear that they might fail more easily. Same with the AC controls. Those look like hardware buttons as well. And then all this whole, same with the shift column here. It looks all the same on the photos here as it does here in the 2020 Tiguan. Same with the electronic parking brake, push to start engine, all that kind of stuff. It's very chill. They're not pushing the boundaries too far, although they are giving you a standard digital cockpit. But yeah, I can see like the two-tone seats here with the kind of black and ivory look to it. Pretty simple, and I would imagine these pictures are a little bit deceiving. The SUV is going to be small, right? We already know that. Looks like the trunk has looks like a pass-through there, as well as a 60/40 split fold. And then you've got a relatively generous trunk at 28.1 cubic feet there with the rear seats folded up. Maybe room for a cargo net. I can't really tell. Looks like a little accent hook in the bottom, which I think is kind of nice. That looks cool with the blue color. So yeah, it's very, very simple, I think. Nothing flashy necessarily other than that LED strip that runs across the center of the grille that gives it that futuristic Volkswagen look that they're going for. But at the price point, which again, I don't have the exact prices yet. If I can find them, I'll put them on screen, but I'm gonna guess they're not out yet. But I'm gonna guess it's gonna be right around, for like the SEL Premium, it's gonna be right around 28, 29. And then for like the S model, it's gonna be like 20, 21. That's just what I'm gonna guess. It's a very simple design, right? But I think that the way they're doing it is they're trying to give you an entry level to the SUV market for Volkswagen without having to jump up to the price point of a Tiguan. Not to say the price point of a Tiguan is that expensive, because they're really well priced, I think, for the feature set. But to give you a digital dash standard, some of those safety features standard, the option for heated and cooled seats, all at those price points, you don't find that on the competition very much. Not in Subarus, I know that for a fact. I don't know as much about Mazdas, and you know, the Trailblazer has some options like that, but Volkswagen gives you a very premium design look with some awesome safety and some awesome technology features for a really, really affordable price point. And I think this Taos is gonna fit perfectly in the American compact SUV segment. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below, what are you looking forward to most with the upcoming 2022 Volkswagen Taos? Let's have a conversation down in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.